All right. Good morning, my good friends. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me know in the comments that you can see and hear me, and that would be great. So I know that I'm not talking to myself. So for today, it's going to be the Ryan Show. I'm running solo today, and I got something really, really cool that I'm going to show you guys. It's a big problem that I think a lot of people struggle with. So this is something that's going to help you guys out. We got a PDF handout for you today too. So we're going to drop a link inside the comments for this PDF handout that you guys can take and use and add to your vault and just reference it whenever you need it. It's very, very basic, but it's very, very powerful, and it's going to help you get more leads, and it's going to help you get more sales, and it's just going to help you have a better marketing strategy overall. And basically what we're going to talk about is why most lead magnets don't work and how you can fix yours. Because a lot of times what the trend is, right? And this is something that's two reasons for it. First reason is that you don't know how, right? So we're going to try to solve that today. We're going to help you figure out what kind of lead magnet you should be creating. And we're going to help you figure out what problem you should be solving with that lead magnet, which is a big thing. And then the other piece of it too is just, I think there's a lot of confusion around what should my lead magnet be? Should it be an ebook? Should it be a training? Should it be a course? Should it be this, that, or the other thing? When really all of those answers are correct. Something I say a lot of times, I like to say a lot is there's many right answers, but one's going to be way more right than the rest of them. And this is certainly the case. And I'll get the question of, what should my lead magnet be, right? And that's where the confusion lies. And that's not where the confusion should lie. The confusion should not lie within what's the format that I can use, because any format will work. You can give away a course, right? If you can give it away and it can be easily delivered, it's a format that will work. So we're going to kind of break this down step by step. And I'm going to give you a lot of tips here and a process that you can follow to figure out what your lead magnet should be based on whatever offer you have and who the audience is that you're promoting to. So keep an eye out in the comments at some point throughout, probably a couple times throughout this workshop. You're going to see the link to this PDF get dropped, and then you'll be able to go and open it up and look at it. But to start us off here, right? Most lead magnets fail because you've designed them just to collect emails and not create customers, right? So what does that mean, right? Typically, we create a lead magnet as an exchange for getting emails, right? It's a way to get people to opt into my list so I can build that list. So it's doing what it's supposed to, right? Not really, right? If you want to get paid, your lead magnet's got to solve a painful problem immediately, and it's got to make people desire your offer before they even finish it. So if they are getting your lead magnet and it's just something that you made sound good, you might have done one of the jobs, which was get the email because you marketed it well, but then they got in and the lead magnet just really wasn't very good. So they just closed it as quick as they opened it. And then that's where the journey ended, right? They came in, a lot of us, right? How many people in here have checked the stats on that very first email of your automated campaign that delivers the lead magnet? And you see great stats on that, but there's still just no sales happening. Well, you might want to look at the lead magnet itself, right? Because a lot of people are looking at it. A lot of people are opening that email. A lot of people are clicking that link. It's typically the one with the best stats of your entire campaign, but nobody's actually taking any action after the fact. And that could be because your lead magnet's not designed to get you customers. There's three things that it should do. Three things that a good lead magnet should do. Get attention, right, is the first thing. If no one wants it, then at that point, nothing else really matters. You're not going to get the opt-ins. You're not going to get the clicks. You're not going to get any of it. If nobody wants it, it needs to get attention. The next thing the lead magnet needs to do is it needs to deliver an instant win. So people need to get a quick result. It's got to be one painful problem needs to get solved with this lead magnet that you're giving away. And then the last thing it should do is pre-sell your paid offer. So it should make them want the next step. So you can almost think of it like a multi-step process. And then the lead magnet is step one of the multi-step process that leads into your offer, right? It leads into your offer. All right. We got a couple good mornings in the comments here. Let me see you guys post a couple more things. Let me know you're here and let me know you're listening. Let me know we're all alive, because it seems a little quiet this morning. Let's wake up a little bit. Wake up, Legendary. Come on, let's go. So, what's the very first step, right? So if you're somebody that's just, you have no idea what your lead magnet should be and you want to create a lead magnet, you know you need one, but you're just totally stuck and you're like, I have no idea what I should make my lead magnet about. You want to avoid the broad sort of just how to lose weight, how to lose money, step by step to do this, right? That's not really the best lead magnet, right? If you're going to give away like a step by step beginner's guide for affiliate marketing, I mean, sure, you can do that. That could be something you can create, but that's not going to be the best lead magnet in the world because it's just so broad and it's going to be so long and it's such a major thing that has so much information in it, right? It's almost just like how to lose weight, right? How to lose weight is this really broad topic that's just it's so big and it can mean so many things and there's so many directions you go. There's so many people it could be for, as opposed to, right, a 3-step formula to lose 10 pounds without giving up your favorite foods, right? So compare that to how to lose weight, right? So pick a pain point. Don't pick a topic, pick a pain point, right? So if you're just making, 10 tips for X, well, that's a little underwhelming, right? 10 tips for making money, 10 tips for budgeting, 10 tips for meeting single people. That's kind of underwhelming and it doesn't really solve one problem. It's more or less addressing 10. So that's where you're going to struggle a little bit. Is just you've got way too many things going on and there's not any one bit of value that you can attach to that people are going to say, oh yeah, I need to have this. You want to make it like catnip to them, right? That's something Dave says a lot. Make it like catnip, right? And having just 10 tips for X or whatever is not going to necessarily be that thing. It's going to be too broad. And so you want to pick one pain point, one topic. So the way to do this realistically, the easiest way, in my opinion, look at your target audience, right? Look at the problems they have. Start writing down these problems. The more problems you can find, the more things you can solve, which is a good thing. If they have a lot of problems, that means you can solve a lot of stuff, right? Now, some of this stuff you might solve right within your content, but one of those problems, you're ideally going to find some big major problems within that list. You're going to find some big major problems within that list. And then you can choose one of those, and that can be the one you solve with your lead magnet, right? That can be the one you can provide a really great high quality outcome by creating a lead magnet that solves that one problem. And then, of course, that problem is going to create additional problems, and then that's going to allow you to kind of pre-sell your offer a little bit, right? Multi-step process. Right. So if we show them a 3-step formula to lose 10 pounds without giving up their favorite foods, right? Well, that's only 3 steps. Everybody knows. I think we all know a little bit of common sense will tell us that it's going to be more than 3 steps to have a sustainable, healthy weight loss and fit lifestyle where we feel good. That works. Right. I'm not no fitness guru, but I can tell you that. Right. So that's going to give you an opportunity to focus on one element, right? Here's how you can get started. Here's how you can lose a few pounds without giving up your favorite food, start feeling good, start getting some results. And then at the end of that is when you're going to pre-sell or pitch your offer right within the lead magnet. And now there's a lot of value built up around you and authority built up around you. And people are going to trust you. They're going to know you better. You're going to have proven that you can deliver value and you know what you're talking about. And then people will see value in your offer. They'll be more willing to give you money, as opposed to if you went ahead and just tried to make the offer right out of the gate, right off social media. Right? Not saying you can't do that, but it's going to make it a lot easier to get those sales, and you're going to build your list faster in the process by doing this. The next bit, which I've been talking about a little bit, is just make sure you're giving them a quick win, right? You want to make sure you're giving them a quick win. If you're giving them just info, then that's going to be helpful, but it's not going to be, right? You want to get them a real result. You want to get them something that's actually going to produce a tangible outcome they can feel and experience, right? That's something that makes a good lead magnet. So like a script, a checklist, an exact process, something that delivers a do this now or use this now, and this is going to happen, right? Anytime you can create something like that, you get better results. This is why free trials on software work so well, because you don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is give a little bit of information and you're in, and you're using that software, and you can click around, and they'll give you all the features in these trials too. They'll give you every feature that comes with the software, and you didn't pay a dime, whether it be a 14-day thing or a 30-day thing. Some of them are even forever free until you reach a certain level, like you hit some kind of limitation, right? A good example of this is a software called System.io. It's a funnel building software for anybody who doesn't know. If you're building lead magnets, you've probably heard about it, but it's a funnel building software that allows you to use all the features in the software until you hit some kind of limitations, right? It only lets you build 3 funnels. It'll only let you build 1 campaign. It'll only let you have up to 2,000 leads. Once you then get to that point, you've now experienced enough of the software, you've gotten involved with it enough that there's a good chance that now when they attempt to charge you, you're going to be a loyal customer and you see value in the software. And you're not going to just, it's not going to just hit the card and then you're going to come back later and ask for a refund because, I forgot about this, right? It's forever free. It's a huge problem they were able to eliminate with their business model. Now, that might not be the best business model for everybody. And as affiliates, we can't really do that. Sometimes you can give away a free trial of somebody else's stuff, especially if you're promoting a software, and that could technically be a lead magnet. You could market your product that way, but you're going to find it much harder to do that when you don't own the product. So there's always going to be some kind of a quick win you can give them that will complement or be the first step of a multi-step process to the offer that you're actually want to promote, right? And then the third step, right, as you're creating this, right? So you've picked a topic at this point. You've chosen a pain point of this is the problem I'm going to solve with this lead magnet. Then you're going to give them a quick win. You've figured out what that is, right? What's the quick win I'm going to deliver? I'm going to give them a resource that's going to allow them to get this immediately. Then how do we pre-sell the offer, right? How do we pre-sell the offer? And we don't want to be pushy when we do this. We don't want to have like this salesy pitch at the end of it. We want to have a natural flowing solution to more problems, right? More problems are going to arise once we give them some information or once we give them a resource, right? Let's say, for instance, let's go with the weight loss example, right? And let's say you gave them a list of recipes that are going to include most of their favorite foods, and it's going to help them lose weight. Right. Well, if they want to bulk up and really get fit and toned, they're going to need some workouts. Right. And now they have a reason to sign up for your workout program. They've already gotten started. They've already gotten some value. You've already taken care of the food related problem. Right. So now you don't have to touch on it as heavily inside your product. You can just go ahead and reference that, but from within the product with the customers. But now you can focus on the next problem they have. Right. I don't know how to work out. Right. Or maybe your offer is, here's how to work out and get a workout in at home 15 minutes a day without going to the gym, right? That's a valuable offer. We're not going to give that away for free. We're going to sell that. But your lead magnet really warmed them up to it. So you've created more problems, right? Because it's basically just, well, what about the weight loss or the workout piece, right? I'm trying to lose weight. I've been dieting. I lost some pounds. It's not happening very fast, but it is working. What's the next thing? You pre-sell the offer. And a lot of times it won't even take that long. People that are going to be good customers, they will immediately buy your stuff. They will go through, they will read that. They've already been watching your content for God knows how long, right? Which is why it was so easy for them to opt in to get this valuable thing in the first place. And now they're going to just go ahead and grab your offer because they're already ready for that. And now they've just had this little bit of proof put in front of them that you really can help them. So they're going to take you up on it. So hopefully all of that makes sense. So as far as picking a pain point, choosing a problem that's going to be solved, giving them a quick win, and then pre-selling the actual offer. Again, whether it's your offer or an affiliate offer or whatever it is, right? You've pre-sold the offer with the lead magnet you're giving away right inside the lead magnet, and then in the emails you send after the fact. Now you just have to make it super easy to get. And this is something that it doesn't matter how good your lead magnet is, how good your marketing is. If it's not easy to get your lead magnet, nobody's going to get it. Nobody's going to take it. Nobody's going to want it. It can't require that much effort. They're not going to do the work. They're not going to do the steps to get the thing, right? If they've got to fill out this long application form, or they've got to wait for you to send it to them, or there's some kind of complicated instructions that don't make sense, they're not even going to try. They're not going to put the effort in, because that just diminished the value. And that's going to create a representation of what it's like to work with you over time. Delivery of your lead magnet should be a simple one-click opt-in, right? You send them to a landing page, they enter a name and email, they click a button, it's instantly in their inbox. Or you could even go simpler than that, right? Maybe you want to have something you want to give away, you want to build your list without even, you can use DM automations, right? This is a trending topic that a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people are starting to use these ManyChat and these DM automations, right? You can go ahead and use things like that, and just, you have them leave a comment on your post. They comment a certain keyword. You'd put that in your caption, or you'd say it in the video, right? Comment magnet if you want my free thing. They go down into the comments, they leave a comment, and now you've got an automation that's attached to your Instagram or your TikTok or your Facebook or whatever platform you're on, and it automatically sends them a message, right? And that message would look like this. Hey, just wanted to confirm, you sure you want name of my thing here? And then you don't even have to make it so they don't even have to type it in. They just click a button on that message, and then automatically it sends the message, which triggers the next message. So you're not even doing this hands-on, right? They leave a comment on a post, immediately they're getting notifications from you. The nice thing about that is that it's not reliant on them clicking on a link, and then if they're like, hey, I got to think about it, I'm going to come back later, and then they forget and never do, right? That message is always going to be sitting in their inbox unless they delete it. Every time they go back to their inbox on that platform, your message is going to be sitting there, right? Either unopened or opened, and they'll see your name and they'll be like, oh yeah, what was that thing? So now you have this constant reminder right up in their notifications that you're still there, right? And it'll be in your inbox, so you can see who might have hit that and then maybe never followed through, right? What percent? There's always going to be a percentage of people that drop off. There's always going to be a certain number of people that they took action by commenting, it sent a message, and then they didn't hit the button or didn't say, yes, I want this. And now you can follow up with those people. You can go in and you can take a proactive approach, and you can follow up with those people. And you could actually say, hey, I just want to make sure that you still wanted this, right? I don't know if you saw my message. I'm just going to bump this real quick. You could just kind of follow up, once every few days, until you finally get a response from them, or you get blocked, right? One way or the other, who cares, right? And then with that automation, right, they hit the thing. You say, great, what's the best email to send it to? Boom. Now they just opted into your list. You can have that same message trigger an automation that puts them on your email list. Now you can email them and you can promote your product. And they don't even have to leave Instagram or leave TikTok or leave Facebook, and they can get your lead magnet. Super, super easy delivery. Super easy delivery. That's a very important piece. Don't make your lead magnet hard to get. This is why when you go to a blog, you see a pop-up, right? You go to a blog, you're reading the web page, all of a sudden, boom, this thing pops up. And some people are going to sit here and they're going to say, oh, that's annoying. I hate that. It works. It works. I hate that. It's annoying. It's such a bothersome. I don't like when things pop up, then get all these ads. It works. Okay. It works, right? You want to be considerate and not annoy people. Well, for most people, they're not annoyed. They're actually grateful because, oh, wow, this thing popped up, made it super easy to get. And now I've got this valuable resource that's helping me actually get an outcome, right? Or you can sit and worry about how it might annoy some people. Who cares, right? Who cares? You're delivering more value, right? You have to make it blatantly obvious that, hey, here's the value I can deliver. So that way people actually know you have an offer. And that's one of the best ways to do it, is to just kind of have it super discoverable, super easy to get, because now that pops up and boom, they just enter their name and email, hit send, and it's in their inbox, right? Same thing with the funnel page, a landing page. They click that link. It's very obvious what that page is advertising. You have a headline that makes sense. You have a picture of the thing, and you tell them, this is what this will do for you, right? 4 simple steps to get this result. 2 steps to get this result. Do this to get this. This resource will help you X, right? Very clear in plain language, right? You don't need to have 9 miles of your story beforehand. You don't need any of that stuff. You have a simple landing page, headline, right? For anybody that's looking to lose weight but doesn't know where to begin. This simple 4-step diet guide will help you lose your first 10 pounds quickly. It can't get any clearer than that. And it really can't get any more valuable than that. I mean, I guess you could stack more onto that. There's other ways that you can promote it. I mean, that's not the best weight loss lead magnet in the world that I just came up with off the top of my head, right? And I didn't even come up with it off the top of my head. It's an example I use all the time when I'm explaining these types of things. But how clear is that? Is there going to be any confusion as to what you're actually offering? The amount of times I look at a landing page and the free ebook is just kind of overlooked, right? I'll get people all the time that come in either for a coaching call or to our Support 101 call, right? Which I'll be doing today in 40 minutes, right? So for those of you Blueprint members, you're welcome to pop into our Support 101, right? And hang out and get coaching today. The amount of times I'll look at a landing page and I'll look at it and I'll say, and they'll have this story there. They'll have the headline and the page doesn't look bad, but I'm not seeing any hide or hair of a lead magnet whatsoever. And then they say, oh, how do I get my ebook to be delivered? Well, you might as well not even bother because nobody's even going to know that it's here. What's the point of even giving it to them? You're not getting the benefit of it in any way, shape, or form. They're going to be just pleasantly surprised when that first email shows up. Oh, there's a free thing in here. And that's all that's going to happen. Right? So you want to really be advertising that. Really simple. That's the point of your landing page. Should be to make them aware of what it is that you're offering and how they can get it. And then they enter a name and email. You give them the clear instructions. Enter your name and email and tell me where to send it. Name, email, boom. It's delivered in their inbox. Right? So you want to be very clear in your communication. Not only in person, right? You want to be clear in communication at your job and with your kids and with the people you talk to and with your friends. Because if you can't communicate clearly, people aren't going to know what you're talking about. You want to do the same thing in your marketing, because if they don't know what you're talking about or they don't know what you're offering, then you're not going to get people to do anything. You're not going to get people to take any type of action. So you got to make it super easy to get, reduce the friction, make it so easy that they can't say no. And then once you start delivering this thing, you go through this, you're not going to get it right the first time, right? You want to test, track, and tweak. So a great lead magnet isn't just made. A great lead magnet is optimized over time, right? And there's always going to be a real metric you can look at that's going to allow you to determine if and where you may have a problem. If people aren't clicking, right, you need to advertise it differently. You need to talk about it differently in your content. You need to use different call to actions. You may need to make it more clear. Again, if we want to identify all the problems I see amongst the thousands of marketers, new marketers I've worked with, right? I've been doing this for years. I've had last I checked, which was a few months ago, I've done over 2,000 in 4 years, one-to-one coaching calls with people, aspiring entrepreneurs. One thing I see constantly is that you're afraid to let people know you have value available. There's no call to action on the post. Everybody gets stuck at this like and share and follow. It's sort of at the end of your caption or at the bottom of your post. And that's all well and good. You can do that. You could tell people, but you still need to make people aware that you have this thing available. And you shouldn't be afraid to let people know about it, right? You're not asking them to opt in. You're not asking them, hey, can you please get my free thing, right? If you're looking at it like that, you've already taken a hit to your confidence. You're already not positioning yourself as an authority, right? You want to come in with your content, deliver a high level of value, teach them something, make them feel good, and then say, hey, if you want more, this is how you can get it. You're making an offer, right? This is the big difference between making an offer and asking for something, right? You're not coming with your hand out and saying, can I please have? You're saying, hey, if you need, the best thing for you to do is get this thing that I have available. Saying that confidently with a lot of conviction. Say it with your chest, damn it. Let them know I've got a way that I can help you even further. You're enhancing the transformation you've already delivered inside of your content. So if you're not getting clicks, if you're getting views on social media, but nobody's clicking on your link or nobody's getting on your list, that is something to look at. How much traffic am I actually getting to my pages, right? Are people actually viewing the page that I put together that's designed to get people on this list and then promote an offer, right? And if they're not, it's usually either one of two things. Either your content's not valuable, right? Not valuable for the reasons it needs to be, right? Maybe it's just entertaining, right? If you're just posting a bunch of cute and dog cat videos with no extra context, then this will happen. That's an extreme case. Most people aren't doing that. But if you're also just posting lifestyle funny stuff, you're not going to get people to want to take action. If you're just posting like, here's what I did today, and it has nothing to do with anything that your business offers, then you're not going to get people to take action. They just won't. So you need to make sure that your content is actually designed to deliver value, teach people something, get them an outcome, get them a transformation, solve problems, right? Is the first thing. And the next piece to look at is, are people actually aware that I have a way to help them further? Are they aware that there's a product available, right? People don't like to be pitched, but people do love to buy. People love to buy and they love products, right? That's why Amazon is as big as it is. That's why some of you in here probably get Amazon deliveries multiple times a week. I know I do. I see stuff. They make it so easy. I see an ad or I get an email and it's got a product I was looking at or something in the category of what I was looking at. I say, ooh, what's that? And now I'm just in the mood to make an impulse decision. So I click on the thing and I hit buy. 2 or 3 clicks and boom, it's at my door. Sometimes even the same day. I mean, that's incredible, right? Why would I even consider going somewhere else when I know in the back of my mind, I could probably have this thing from Amazon today or tomorrow, the latest, or 2 days, the latest. That's still a lot faster than the other company where the fastest option is 3 to 5 days, right? So if people aren't opting in or even clicking your link, you need to look at the amount of value you're delivering. Are you positioning yourself as an authority? And then is it super easy for them to become aware? Is it clear and obvious that you have a way that they can get more value from you, right? So don't confuse this by saying, oh, because the lead magnet's there, my post is valuable. That's not what that means. Your post needs to be valuable without the lead magnet. Your post should still make people say, oh, I like this person. I want to follow this and I want to see more of this. I want to make sure this is always in my feed and this person keeps showing back up. That's an important piece of it. But you also need to, again, you can almost think of the content just like the lead magnet as in terms of a multi-step process, right? If you solve one problem in your content, create a lead magnet to solve the next logical, chronological order problem. And then your offer, again, you're going to pre-sell that in the lead magnet. And then that's going to sell your offer. And you're just going to test and tweak things. You're not going to get it right the first time. Like I said, a lead magnet's optimized over time. And the way you advertise it and the way you let people know about it is all part of the lead magnet. It's all part of the title of it matters, right? Because that's going to affect the way you advertise it. The outcome it delivers matters because that's going to affect the way you can advertise it, because you want to make sure it over delivers on what it is you're saying it's going to deliver on. Make sense? So if you're not getting those clicks and those opt-ins, you need to advertise it differently. And if people just aren't opting in, right, but they're getting a lot of clicks, well, now you've got something on that page. Now you're getting a little closer to what you want, because now I'm getting a bunch of clicks. But what is it what if it's that happy? That means your marketing's effective. It's making people take that initial action. But now they're getting there and they're feeling a little underwhelmed. So what is it? Is your headline really crappy? Is it not clear? Are the instructions unclear? Is it not valuable? Or is it something that's just totally different than what they were expecting? The amount of times I've seen somebody test and change their messaging just because they're trying to get more views, and they have this old landing page that they created on day one that they've never updated since. And now you go to this landing page and it's like, well, no wonder you're not getting any leads. Why would anybody opt in? There's nothing of value here. Now this is just irrelevant at this point, right? Either the lead magnet you have or the lead magnet that's non-existent. There's not a reason for people to take another step. There has to be a benefit, an obvious benefit, a solution to a problem, an outcome they're going to achieve, delivered at every step of the process. So I've seen that a lot of times where somebody starts finally getting great views, and then you go into the lead magnet or you go into the funnel and it's just old and outdated, and it has nothing to do with what they're currently talking about now. Maybe it's super relevant to the original plan, but as you've tested and tweaked your messaging over time, right? This is really the way to handle this. Is once you start seeing some content working and some messaging working, that's when you want to make sure the rest of your process is still going to make sense without interrupting the things that are working. So if you're starting to figure out how to get views and getting people to click, but you're not getting opt-ins, I need to make this page, this landing page and this lead magnet congruent and fit and solve the right problem based on why they're clicking this link. What are you saying of value that's getting them to click this link? You make the landing page match that, and you'll start to get more results. The worst thing you can do is create it once and never improve it. And then, of course, if they aren't converting, then the transition to your offer is going to be really, really weak. You did a bad job of pre-selling it, right? Now, if you're getting a lot of leads, you're still going to get sales. That's going to be that conversion rate you're going to look at. So what percentage of people that actually opted into my list are making a purchase? That's going to be the conversion rate. That's going to be the number you want to look at to determine, am I presenting my offer correctly? And this can be a little bit difficult to track because you might have just delivered the value later on in the email, or maybe they just weren't ready to make the purchase that day, so they're purchasing much later. And that's not an indication that your lead magnet's bad, right? Because you're still getting sales. But if your sales are really low or non-existent, but you're still getting leads, that's going to be the thing to look at. Maybe your lead magnet delivered too much. Maybe your lead magnet maybe it overwhelmed them, right? Maybe delivering too much is not always a good thing. Maybe it overwhelmed them. Maybe they lost interest because they said, this feels like too much for me. I can't handle all this right now. Or maybe it just didn't work. Maybe the thing that you were delivering to them, right? Maybe you gave them a script to land 5 freelance clients every month, right? And maybe that's your lead magnet. Well, maybe it didn't work. Maybe it didn't work for them. Maybe it's the same thing you've been using, but maybe for some reason it works for you, but it's not going to work exactly that way for somebody else. So you need to change it. Or maybe they just couldn't understand it the way you delivered it. Maybe instructions are unclear, right? Or maybe you're giving away a checklist for the perfect morning routine, and that morning routine just isn't working for people. They're not seeing it valuable once they look at it. You presented it and packaged it well, and they said, oh yeah, I want this. But then they started doing the things you were talking about and they didn't get the outcome. This is what usually happens when somebody goes to ChatGPT and they just throw a prompt in there and then it spits out some garbage and then they try to pass it off as a lead magnet is usually what causes that, right? So you want to make sure what your delivery of your product is actually really, really valuable. It gets them that outcome. It delivers what it says it's going to. So otherwise people are going to feel like they're going to feel disappointed, right? It's not going to create the authority. It's not going to prove to them that you can actually solve the problem and help them in the way that you said you could during the advertising. Right. So these are all the different areas you can look. But again, this is based on metrics. So what I would give you as an action step is after you launch your lead magnet is to test 1 improvement per week until it converts at 30+%. Until you're getting 30% of the people who view your landing page to actually opt in and say, yes, I want this. Test 1 improvement per week. Maybe 1 week you change the title. And then you look at, did that make a difference or not? If it did, great, you keep the change. If it didn't, you revert back to what it was and you try a different title. And again, if that works, then maybe you go and you change a headline. Then maybe you change some body text. Maybe you change the color of your button on your opt-in page. Maybe you change your call to action, right? What you're doing is looking to make one tiny little tweak, track it. You're making these tweaks as a test. You're tracking every bit of that. And then you're going to see, did the adjustment that I make actually make a difference and improve it? So the bottom line here is you're going to give them the first step and then you're going to sell them the next. So it starts the transformation, but the paid offer is going to be the full solution. And if you do this, you won't be just creating email list subscribers. You'll actually be creating buyers with your lead magnet. So, and that's pretty much the A to Z, right? That's the full secret sauce, right? So your lead magnet could entirely be the problem that's in your business right now. I'm not seeing any comments popping up. I'm thinking that's because something's probably broken on my back end here. So I only see the first 3 comments that came in and then there's nothing else after that. So I don't know what's going on there, but for some reason I can't see your comments and that's okay. That's not a big deal. It is what it is. Or maybe nobody's commenting, in which case I'm very disappointed. But hopefully this was a helpful workshop for you. If you're still stumped, right? If you sat through this workshop talking about lead magnets and how to create lead magnets, and you're like, well, I don't know who my target audience is. I don't know what problems I can solve. I don't know what to sell or promote. I don't know who I should be creating a lead magnet for. right? We can help you solve that really quickly by just connecting you with a mentor who's trained and does this every single day, who solves this problem and works with people every single day who are stuck with those types of problems, right? That's what they do. That's what they specialize in. So if you want to, you can just send an email to dave@legendarymarketer.com, put free call in the subject line, and we'll get you connected with somebody. So if you're looking to figure out your target audience, refine your business plan, anything like that, just email free call to dave@legendarymarketer.com. We'll get you connected with somebody, so that way you don't have to sit in silence and kind of struggle and be like, yeah, I don't know what to do. We can get you connected with somebody that could actually, solve that problem for you, right? But that's going to be it. That's going to be the whole thing. So the PDF, there's a PDF guide to go along with this lesson. So you'll see that in the comments as well. So keep an eye out for that, and you'll be able to click on it. If it's not there, I'll get it dropped in there after the webinar ends here. I just can't see the comments for whatever reason to know if that's in there yet or not. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. And if it's not there, I'll definitely go ahead on the replay and I'll just drop it there for you. But it's probably there. Our team behind the scenes is really, really good, and they don't really mess up on those things. So keep an eye out for that. Save it, put it in your vault, in your Google Drive, reference it whenever you need, print it out and put it on your desk. I don't care. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it, and it should help you out when it comes to lead magnets. So just keep all those three things in mind. Right? It needs to solve a major problem. It needs to get a result quick. It needs to be really easy to get, and it's got to pre-sell your actual offer. And that's going to be it for me. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll be back again tomorrow for another episode of Wake Up Legendary, 10 o'clock Eastern time, same place. And I'll see you all then.